bring our February 3rd Township Committee meeting to order. Please stand for a flag salute.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law by posting a notice of this meeting on the bulletin board in the municipal building, by faxing notice of this meeting to the Press of Atlantic City and the Star Ledger on January 6, 2023, and publication in the Press of Atlantic City and the Star Ledger on January 9th and January 10th, respectively. Mr. Cheek?
Here.
Mrs. Link?
Here.
Mr. Schenker?
Here.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Here.
Mayor Patali?
Here. Moment of silence for private reflection. Okay. Moving on, guest presentations, we have none. We have no addition, deletion of late agenda. Early public comment. I'm looking over here, but you're over here. What do we got?
We have Alice Henry for 3A.
Hello, committee.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you all for being here. Very happy to see you all. We kindly ask that the committee allow the MOU regarding Trophy Park to be allowed to expire. Additionally, we respectfully ask that the committee not to sign any new MOUs regarding these parcels of property, and to allow the committee the time to properly review and make any changes that they would like regarding the redevelopment ordinance at the present time. We want to thank you for all of your efforts so far, and please continue to support our community by promoting true redevelopment and rehabilitation, not development. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Cynthia Murphy for 3A.
Hello.
Cynthia Murphy made soup.
Oh, Murray, sorry.
That's okay. From Cologne. Hello. So we ask the committee kindly allow the MOU regarding Trophy Park be allowed to expire. Additionally, we respectfully ask the committee to not sign any new MOUs regarding these parcels of property, to allow the committee time to properly review and make any changes regarding the redevelopment ordinance at the present time. And thank you very much for all you're doing.
Thank you.
Susan Burns for 3A.
Susan Burns, Manheim Avenue. Again, this is regarding Trophy Park and the extension of the Trophy Park, whatever it's called.
MOU.
MOU, yes. I always want to say MUA. So I know that you're all going to be talking about redevelopment, rehabilitation, and the plan that was put in place in 2018, and possibly amending that, changing it. And I believe that the catalyst for that change is this parcel of land, the 268 acres set aside for Trophy Park. So I'd like to, again, reiterate what the other people said, is I'd like to ask you to not extend the MOU for that. Okay.
Thank you.
Richard Rubin, 3A.
I would like to reiterate the sentiments just expressed. I won't read the whole speech, you've heard it. We are sincere in this regard. I moved here in the early 80s, and this town was green. Progress is inevitable. Swaths of forest were cut down for housing. We've got to draw the line. And I too request that before you take any action on renewing the memorandum of understanding with Trophy Park, we let the discussion on redevelopment take place and hopefully influence you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's everyone.
That's it? Thank you, everybody. Moving on to discussion. Planning Board, Zoning Board, Township Committee, joint public meeting for discussion of redevelopment processes. Aaron, would you like to speak on this?
Sure. The planning and zoning boards have requested to have a joint educational meeting regarding the redevelopment process. And because there will be quorum, this obviously have to be open public meetings. And they would also like for Township Committee to be involved. A tentative date for that is February 15th. It's a Wednesday evening, if that works for everyone.
How's that work for everybody? Works for me.
That's fine.
That's a Wednesday, you say, Aaron?
Yes.
I'm good.
Is there a reason why we can't have it on Thursday?
Oh, we can. It's because the planning board's regular meetings are every other Thursday. We just chose a day of the week that there aren't any other regularly scheduled meetings.
Yeah, I'm not available on Wednesday.
Okay. We can work to choose a different date, whatever works for everyone.
Yeah, I would like everybody on committee to be there.
Of course.
At a
So,
planning board meeting that night?
Is it
The 16th, that would be the third,
The third Thursday, yes, that'll be a planning
that
board
would be a
meeting.
planning
So
board
that
meeting.
would be a planning board?
Yeah.
Yes.
so
But,
the following Thursday would be nothing, right? There's no-
correct,
23rd.
correct.
Mm.
I don't have my phone with me, I don't.
Republican meeting? Okay.
22nd?
I think I'm all right. I don't have a light.
Judy can't do that. Does Thursday, the 23rd work for
We're
everyone?
we're all looking.
Look at
Okay. Is that good for you?
I'm good. And there's no other meetings with the township?
No, not on the 23rd.
Are you sure?
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Are you sure there's no other meetings of the township?
We have a board meeting on Tuesday.
Oh, HPC is the
I
fourth?
don't know.
We'll be sitting up here.
This is a new date on me. I haven't checked this date.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, while everyone's looking at their calendars, I just want to point out for the record that all three separate bodies will need to advertise.
Yes.
their meeting with each
Okay.
other. And then I believe Township Clerk will administratively handle the meeting, and Mr. Mayor, you will preside.
I want to make it clear that this is open to the public. We
Yes, this will be
encourage
open to the public.
come. This is an educational exercise to help hopefully have everybody understand this a little bit better.
February 23rd is the Hamilton Sustainability meeting.
Oh. Well, maybe I can get someone to work for me on the 15th. Is it good for everybody?
The 15th is fine for me.
Fine with me.
Fine with me.
Okay, I'll just have to make that adjustment in our,
I appreciate that, thank you.
So,
Did we have a time?
Is 6:30 okay with
6:30,
everyone?
6:30 okay with everybody?
That's good.
we're back to the 15th.
Back to the 15th.
Hmm. 6:30?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, Art.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we'll have to read,
Confirmed.
you'll take care of, well, Aaron, you'll take care of letting
I'll take, yeah.
planning and zoning know that
Planning
they
and-
have to
Yes, and-
advertise for this?
We'll advertise, my office will advertise for planning and zoning, and I'll make sure all the members are aware of the date and time.
Rita, well,
Yep.
Yes, and the purpose of the meeting is as it appears this evening, joint public meeting for discussion of redevelopment process. Yes?
Yes.
I have to advertise the purpose.
Redevelopment and rehabilitation process, how's that?
Okay.
Okay.
And formal action may be taken? Or no?
I don't think there
I
will
don't
now.
think so.
No, we'll advertise there won't be any, you're
There
down
won't.
to not take any formal action.
That's fine by me.
Fine.
It's educational, right?
Educational.
Okay.
Okay? 15th. February 15th. Do we have to take a vote on this? No? Good. Moving on. Public hearing, adoption of ordinances. There are none. Introduction of ordinances. Ordinance 2024-2023, authorizing a tax agreement between Clayton Self-Storage at Mays Landing and the Township of Hamilton, providing for a 5-year exemption from taxation and payment in lieu of taxes regarding the construction project described herein located on Block 991, Lot 3.01.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to table it.
Excuse me?
I would like to table this.
Do we have a second?
I have a question on the matter.
We have somebody who wants to table.
Okay.
Do we have a second on the table? No second? So we continue on. Would anybody like to move this ordinance?
Can I ask a question now?
Technically, we're supposed to move it.
Okay.
Second it, and then we can discuss.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to move it.
We have a motion?
Second.
We have a motion and a second? Rich?
It says here a 5-year exemption from taxes. Shouldn't it be a tax abatement where it increases 20% every year?
That's what it has to
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's not a
that's what it-
5-year exemption.
be. No,
It is a tax abatement for 5 years
My
at
understanding of the deal we made-
20% increases.
didn't say.
My understanding of the deal we made years ago was that it goes up 20% per year.
Yes,
So the first
yeah.
year 0, then 20,
Okay,
then 40,
but
then
it-
60, then 80. Also, it's important to note that the land value remains the same. They just get a break on the value of the new building.
On the building, but it's a 20% increase, not a 5-year exemption.
Correct. Although
Yes.
the motion would need to be clear about that as well.
Yeah.
And are they paying full taxes on 2 of their units already? They've gone through the 5-year, and now they're paying full tax.
Yeah, there was a
Two.
couple, so there's a couple of buildings that were put up there.
Yeah.
You know that, Brett? Or-
They're paying full taxes on the first phase. The phases 2 and 3 are still in abatement, and this is the 4th phase.
The reason why I had a question with this is because the paperwork is dated back to 2005. And I thought that if they were building something new, that it should have went before the zoning board. I didn't understand why, this is not their first abatement, right?
No, this
No.
is their 4th.
This is their fourth. And the paperwork that's in the packet is from 2005. So do we go on additional abatements from the original zoning and adjustment approval? Or is there something additional?
They issued the construction this is built out. So this has to be done within 30 days of their CO being issued.
Phase.
This is phase 4.
And this is the final phase?
Yes. Well, I don't know if this is the final phase, but this is phase 4. They may come in for another phase. I spoke with our tax assessor, and he said that the building permits were issued based on their prior planning and zoning approvals
So
from back in the mid-2000s.
2005, 2001, and 2005 is 2023. So my question was, it's not like they came and signed off on this when we met, so I'm not sure, but it's not like they signed off on this paperwork saying that they were going to use this approval from 2005, from abatements that they've already received. So I was just looking for additional paperwork, for the new abatement.
Well, what I can tell you is all 4 phases were done with these approvals from the mid-2000s.
Yeah, here.
So
So-
we didn't provide additional paperwork in your packet.
In the past, but that doesn't mean it was right. Right? I'm not putting you on the spot. I mean, you're just answering the question.
So your concern is,
They received 3 abatements from 2005. They put on a new additional building, or whatever they're going to do, improvement. I'm not against the abatement. What I am saying is, I felt it should have went back before zoning board. They should have signed something, got some additional paperwork.
Yeah, but here it says, "We have reviewed a final site plan approval for phases 4, 3 storage buildings totaling up to 19,950. Number 5, 2 storage buildings. Number 6, 4 storage buildings, issued by the Hamilton Township Zoning Board of Adjustment for the proposed of 5-lot subdivision development of a self-storage facility."
What year is that from?
It says it's April 2005, but it continues to exist.
Okay, I'm not comfortable. Maybe I know I'm new, but maybe there's just something different that happens out here. I'm just not used to something keep going on and on and on, and never ever goes back before the zoning board, or nobody signs off on it. If someone would have signed off on it, it wouldn't have been a question.
could you help with this, Bob? Because I think
The approvals
the approvals are,
are good for as long as they're under construction, if they had phasing that was approved that way. So from what I'm getting, I haven't looked at this, so I can research it if needed, but if it was approved and they had phases, they can continue to build in those phases, and that approval is still good.
Okay, but it's not in here, is what I'm saying.
If you need a
I-
document that states that, they can
Right.
give you a resolution, and the resolution would state it,
Okay,
a copy of the resolution from the zoning board.
okay.
And I might add here that the approval shall be further subject to the applicant otherwise complying with all terms and conditions of the approvals as they may have been heretofore granted by the New Jersey Pinelands Commission, as well as compliance with other terms and conditions as imposed by the Township, Hamilton Township Development Ordinances, the rules, regulations, and requirements of the county, Atlantic, and all the terms and conditions as may be imposed by other agency exercising jurisdiction in this matter. So it was approved by the Pinelands,
Correct.
and that, they are probably the last word.
So my question is, it doesn't have to go back before the zoning board?
No,
No.
if it's still under construction, no, they can continue with the previous approval.
All right, well, y'all can call the vote, do whatever you want.
Okay.
any other questions? Rita, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes.
Mrs. Lynn?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes?
Dr. Witherspoon?
No.
Mayor Patel?
Yes.
4 yes, 1 no. During February 21st.
Five B, ordinance to vacate the following alleyway situate in the Township of Hamilton, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, and to release and relinquish the public rights therein, the 15-foot alleyway between 12th Street and 13th Street in Block 780 on the tax map of Hamilton Township, and repealing all ordinances heretofore adopted, the provisions of which are inconsistent herein.
So moved.
Have a motion?
Second?
A motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patel?
Yes.
All yes, and introduced.
5C, ordinance amending ordinance 2009-2022 of Chapter 66 of the Code of the Township of Hamilton, providing for the maximum number of employees, fire administrator.
So moved.
We have a motion?
Second?
We have a second? So there's a couple of changes on this ordinance as to who they're going to report to, the maximum annual salary, and the maximum hours. So the largest change is the fire administrator will report to the chief of police,
And the hours not to exceed 24.
hours not to exceed 24. Any other questions or comments?
I have a comment. The DCA report, which was furnished to everyone, it was last March when we had this DCA report done by the state. They did not recommend that the administrator reports to the police chief. And in all reality, nowhere else in the state for a township this size reports to the police chief. That's just a comment. Everybody has the information.
I believe that, or the administrator does not, in a sense, have all the material at hand, which the chief of police would in this situation. And so I think this is an appropriate decision, making the supervision of the Township of Hamilton the chief of police.
The second paragraph, it says that the fire administrator will be under the supervision of the Hamilton Township Business Administrator. Section 2, it says, fire administrator within the administration department will be under the supervision of the Township Hamilton Chief of Police. So are we to look at this like he still is under the administrator, but on a day-to-day would work with the chief of police? Is that
Township
how
of Hamilton
you're taking
Fire.
this, or this is how this is written?
I think everybody's under the administrator, right? And
Yes.
then he works with the chief of police.
Yes. Okay.
It's a little confusing.
So does it need to be revised, or, because it does say two different things, or it's numbered, section 2, the change?
You note the change for the record, was that sufficient?
What are you changing?
Excuse me?
So, the ordinance as it's drafted, is that what we're proposing to introduce this evening?
Yes.
Yes.
No problem with that.
Okay.
Think,
Let me
are
see.
you looking at it?
I'm sorry, I was looking at the Clayton's agreement.
Okay. The second whereas states the position of part-time Township of Hamilton Fire Administrator under the supervision of the Hamilton Township Business Administrator
Chief of Police.
And then,
instead of the Chief of Police.
That's it.
Within the
Well, under the second whereas
administration
clause, we
department.
have to change that
within-
to chief of police.
Correct.
yes.
As long as you're putting that on the record this evening, I think it's fine. You can still
Okay.
move forward with the
So we're-
introduction. We'll have it corrected for the hearing.
Okay.
Under the supervision of Hamilton. Okay. We have a motion and a second. And with that change to the second whereas, Can we have a roll call vote, Rita?
Mr. Cheek?
No.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
4 yes, 1 no. Ordinance is introduced, public hearing February 21st.
6A, award engineering services to Mott Watkins Associate for design, permitting, and construction services for Atlantic Avenue Phase 2 in the amount of $65,000. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, and this is for the section of Atlantic Avenue from Summers Point Road? Gotcha.
Okay, yeah, that's,
Transportation, okay.
Yes, and we got a $338,500 grant from the DOT. So the state's paying for, hopefully, over half.
Just one question. Did this need to be reviewed by the solicitor?
No, I don't think
You don't think?
so. No, it doesn't.
Thank you.
this was the same resolution for EDA?
Yes,
Same cost? Yeah.
yes.
And this is where the MUA is putting their water mains in. This is why we haven't paved it yet, is because there's a 12-inch water main under that portion of the road that needs to be replaced. So we're
Okay.
hoping that we can pave in the spring.
In the spring?
After they're done putting their water mains in.
Do you know what their schedule is?
I
I
think
was
that,
told late March, early April, but they're waiting on the ductile iron to come in,
That's correct.
which is tough right now, so.
That's what they had said. So hopefully by the end of March, they'll be ready. We hope to have both of these jobs submitted by the end of next week to New Jersey DOT for review and have them ready to bid by March.
Okay, so when we award contracts, we don't get it reviewed by a solicitor,
Our contract?
this contract?
No, well, we have a contract that was already awarded. These are just
Okay,
our proposals to do the work.
okay, thank you.
Those contracts were reviewed
All right,
as being a township engineer. Correct, Kevin?
That's correct.
All right.
all right, thank you.
good
We have a
point.
motion and a second?
So moved.
We already have a
We already
motion.
have
All
and
right,
a
yeah,
second.
yeah, it was motion, vote.
Roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
6B, engineer services for Mott Watkins for Atlantic Avenue Phase 3, and that is the other end of Atlantic Avenue.
That's correct.
We were awarded a grant from the DOT for $300,000, and the estimated construction costs are $370,000. Hopefully, it comes in like that. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
You have-
Second.
you have a motion and a second?
I have a slight question. Does this include the traffic monitoring while this is going on?
Traffic control.
Control?
During construction, we will be doing inspections, so we'll be out there watching the contractor. The contractor will be under the traffic control. They'll do their own.
Oh, okay,
We'll make sure that
the
it's in
contractor
accordance.
is, responsible for doing
Yes,
that.
the contractor's responsible for the traffic control, but we'll inspect it to make sure it's correct. Yep.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
6C, authorize a change order for the 2022 road program for Arawak Paving Company This was a reduction of $28,605.40.
So moved?
Second?
We have a second. Any questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
6D, appointment of alternate township solicitor.
I motion Blaney, Donahue, and Weinberg.
Second?
I have a motion and a second for Blaney, Donahue, and Weinberg.
I just have a question. I'm not questioning that. On this agenda item, is the township solicitor and the general appraiser? Is it on both?
Yeah, that's listed on both. You'll see the next one, 6E, is for the appraiser. We're going to take, you can't take them both at the same time, so.
So then we need to take the word appraiser out of this one because 6E will be appraiser. And on 6D, it has solicitor and certified New Jersey general appraiser. I understand the next one is 6E, but
Are you
on
talking about your agenda item review sheet?
Yeah, it
6D,
says,
And then I highlighted it on that one for solicitor, and then you'll see a duplicate on the next one. I highlighted it for
okay,
general appraiser. So there's
Right.
two separate packets.
I have a motion and a second for Blaney. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
no.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
no.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
3 yes, 2 no, motion carries.
Appointment of alternate township, appointment of certified general, New Jersey general appraiser for the year 2023. Have any nominations?
I thought we only had one.
It's only
There's
one.
only one person that'll,
Services contract to Richard Carabelli. So moved.
second.
We have a motion and a second for Martin Appraisal Associates. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes,
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Moving on to consent agenda. Anything anybody wants to pull out?
Mayor, I'd advise pulling out item D, voting on that independently with a roll call.
Chief Financial.
oh, yeah.
Item 7D, the resolution authorizing the chief financial officer to invest funds in the NJ Asset and Rebate Management Program and amend the cash management plan to provide the same. Because it concerns investment of funds, I think it should be pulled out and voted.
Very good. We'll pull D.
Are all the things satisfied for the Artist's Walk?
Would you like to pull them and discuss them individually?
I don't know if there's anyone here who would object to it. Any residents feel as though they haven't been, yeah, let's pull that out, G. And F.
I want to discuss 7L.
L?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody want to move the other ones?
I'll move items A, B, C, D.
Not D.
Oh, I'm sorry, I started singing. A, B, C, E, G, H, I,
Not
J,
J.
K.
There you go. Second.
G. Did I screw up?
Yes.
What?
A, B, C, E, H, I, J, K.
G, how about G?
No J.
No G?
Judy wanted to pull that.
Oh, okay.
Should have a motion for A, B, C, E, H, I, J, K. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Ayes have it. D.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion. Approve the D.
I have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Question?
Okay.
You have,
The question is to Lindsay, right? Cynthia. Authorize the chief financial officer to invest funds in the New Jersey Asset and Rebate Management Program and amend the cash management plan to provide the same.
so basically what this is it will allow us to put some money in some interest-bearing accounts, correct?
Yes,
So our money can make money.
that's correct.
Now, how long does this last? Is it just like a CD that's a year or 6 months, or is it, when
New
you...
Jersey Cash Management Plan already allows this investment to happen.
Okay.
This is a procedural thing from the New Jersey Arm requesting a separate resolution in addition to amending the cash management plan. But our cash management plan already includes this type of an investment. And to answer your question as vaguely as possible, due to the sensitivity of the discussion of our investments and where we do that, local units are permitted to invest in government funds, government investments, and that's where the funds will be invested in.
Okay. And there's no timetable on that?
It could be 1 to 367 days.
Oh, so it's a year?
It could be 1 day, 2 days,
Oh,
3 days,
okay.
up to
267.
367 days.
367, because this says 397.
397, my apologies.
Okay.
I just have a question.
Okay,
Are you done?
okay.
My question was on section 3, the chief financial officer is hereby authorized to designate in writing an alternate employee to act in his or her capacity during his or her absence. Who would that be in your absence?
My deputy finance officer.
Okay. And is this safe? I know it's only $10,000, but was this
Sounds safe.
yeah, it's not to exceed 10,000, right? This investment, is this D? 7, oh, I'm on the wrong one. Oh, no, that was my question. I'm sorry. My question was, how much money would you be investing?
Due to the sensitivity of the nature, I really don't want to discuss the denominations that will be. It's the township's idle funds, whatever they may be.
Well, they're listed.
This isn't a specific investment. This is to invest in the New Jersey Arm.
Right, now, but on this, on page, numbered section 2, it identifies where you can make the investments,
Are you
right?
referring to the resolution that I'm needing or the cash management plan? There's no change to the cash management plan.
No, that's not my question. The identification funds and accounts to be covered by the plan.
Mhm.
And you have in here grants. Will we be, I thought we couldn't touch grants. That's why I was asking.
There's a list of all the township funds that are here. This is a listing of all the funds that are covered in the cash management plan. That isn't the specific area that's being invested. The cash management plan is a separate document. The investment into the New Jersey Arm is named in the designation of depositories and where we can invest. Item 2 that you speak of is part of the cash management plan, which identifies all the accounts that are covered under our cash management plan.
Right, but you wouldn't be taking grants.
That has nothing to do with the investment. That's naming all of our funds.
Right. I didn't have time because we got this late Friday, I went over this, and you have, I wanted to know, did any of our other colleagues here get a chance to go and review any of the documents?
Which documents?
It says here, due to the sensitivity of, on page 1, on the synopsis, due to the sensitivity of the information and to protect the township's security, and any forms, applications, or supplements can be reviewed upon request from my office. So I do apologize that I did not get a chance to review it.
So maybe I can clear something up. The cash management plan is adopted at reorg. The only changes to the cash management plan are the insertion of the New Jersey arm to invest in. But our cash management plan that was adopted at reorg already included it. It's just their resolution wants to include this as the same. So there's no amendments in that section that you were referring to.
Yeah, no, that's not my new question. On page 1, you said that due to the sensitivity of the information and to protect the township's security, any forms, applications, or supplements can be viewed upon request from my office.
Right.
I apologized because I didn't get a chance today, because I got my packet, I read it on Friday, and I didn't get a chance to come in there and view any of these documents.
Okay.
Because when you're voting and you're talking, we don't know how much money you're talking about. I don't know how much money you're talking about. But that's in those forms that's in your office, right?
No.
So,
I'm permitted to make investments. My title permits me, and the cash management permits me to make investments.
I understand that.
The resolution is not giving you a denomination. The investment is all township funds.
Oh,
Yes.
so what if we lose it? Is it safe? What do we do? I'm not trying to be funny. Because we're already in a bad deficit year, bad budgetary year. Every time I hear someone say something, they'll say, it's a bad budget year. So we invest all these funds and the market goes, boom.
We're not permitted to put township funds or public funds in at-risk
Okay.
funds, if that helps answer your
Okay,
question.
all right.
So the 4.27% is guaranteed, or
The
that? that can move?
4.27% is the current rate.
It's the current
From
rate.
New Jersey Arm, yes.
Right.
I
And we
can't-
won't lose any of our
We're not going to lose principal.
principal.
Okay.
Okay, good questions.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes,
Mr. Shanker?
Yep.
yep.
Dr. Witherspoon? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I didn't say anything yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay. Dr. Witherspoon?
I'm only uncomfortable because I didn't come to your office to review these forms that you have highlighted.
You are welcome to do that at any time.
All right,
Your
well, then I'll
vote doesn't depend on you viewing the forms. I don't include all that because it has the account numbers, it has all the townships, records that
All right, then
wouldn't be
I'll-
public knowledge.
Yes,
So you are welcome to come in and view them at any time.
I'll make an appointment.
Okay.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
Oh, did you, I'm sorry.
I said yes.
Yeah, okay. Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
7F.
7,
B.
It's a resolution authorizing release of performance guarantee for Artiste Walk, major subdivisions, Phase 5, in the amount of $51,573.24, contingent upon posting and acceptance by resolution of the governing body of maintenance guarantee in the amount of $21,488.85 as recommended by Township Engineer Joseph Maffei in his correspondence dated January 25th, 2023.
I just have a question to anyone in the public. Is there any discrepancy on what has been done and what hasn't been done? That they feel as though there is something that hasn't been done yet, although we have a listing of all the things that have been done. And just a
They
question.
should have signed up for early public comment if they did have an issue, because
They
there's
had-
really no public comment right now for this.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, if they had a problem with it, they would have signed up for it, so. Okay, it sounds good.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to move G and F.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to move G and F. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Okay. L.
L,
L.
I have a question on L. Now, we've already, received a loan for 600,000. And we were requesting for another loan for 1,400,000 for additional loan. My question was, how do we pay this back?
Well, this is a loan, it's a low-interest loan that we have to apply for, correct? And it's locked in at 2%, so that's a very good rate. If we get this loan, whatever funding, that doesn't mean we're going to borrow the money. It just gives us the option to borrow that money, correct, Brett?
Yes.
We have to vote on it in context of what it would cost us at 2%.
Yeah, whatever we do there, we have to, that would be voted on to do any of the work that we're going to do there.
This just gives you the ability to get a low-interest loan up to $2 million if it's approved. You don't have to borrow all $2 million.
Right.
You can borrow $50,000 if you want. It's locked in at 2%.
Okay. Sounds good.
But we already got the loan for the 600,000, right?
Yes.
Right. And this says, whereas the Township of Hamilton desires to further the public interest by requesting an additional Green Acres loan of $1,400,000. So that's not up to, we're requesting to do that. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I just wanted to know, because that'll be $2 million. That'll be the 600,000 plus this will make it $2 million. And so we talk about, you know, it's a budget crisis. Every time I come to a meeting or talk to someone, we're in a bad year. So I wanted to know, even at a low rate, how would we pay that back if we got it?
Taxation.
Taxation. So we have to,
Okay,
Okay.
what is the reason for trying to get more money? Is the bids coming in higher than what we expected?
Well, the original Phase 1 project for LEPI, the estimate was $1.2 million. The last project that we put out the bid, at the last meeting, we threw the bids out because they came in $180,000 over estimate. So we project that the rest of Phase 1 will come in similar. The rest of Phase 1 will include the existing parking lot, the parking lot expansion, and the additional lighting around the new parking lot. So we estimate that the project for Phase 1 will come in just under $2 million at this time, if we were to put it out to bid today.
And like I said, we don't have to borrow this money. This gives us the option to borrow the money. It's a tool.
Yeah, so I was notified by the DEP last week that the Supplemental requests were due by March 1st. That's why you're getting it on your agendas tonight for approval. It just gives us the ability in the future to borrow the money at 2%, if that's what you wish to do.
But we are going to request for the 1,400,000.
That's up to you if you,
We voting on it.
that's up
No,
to you.
we're voting to make it available to us.
That's not what this says. It says we are requesting an additional Green Acres loan of $1,400,000. It doesn't say make it available.
You're requesting another loan
Right.
up to, for you to borrow up to $1.4 million. That's what you're requesting.
Okay,
Gives you the ability to borrow up to, if you combine it with the other 600, it gives you the ability to borrow up to $2 million at 2% interest.
I mean, it's smart, don't get me wrong, it's smart, because if we need the extra money, we have it. But, you know, it's not, it's
And
been worded a
And it
different way.
locks, you're locked in at 2%, and right now, 2%
That's
is a
smart,
good,
it's smart,
is a good rate.
but I just wanted to make sure that, you know, we could pay it back, you know, that's all.
And this is only us we might not get this.
You might not get this.
We may not get this.
We're just requesting.
We're requesting.
You're
Okay,
applying for
We're applying.
low-interest financing.
I got you.
What is the interest rate on the 600,000?
2%.
2% as well?
All right,
Okay, so we're requesting, because things have come up higher maybe than we expected.
Yes.
Okay.
all right,
So
thank you.
we'll see. It's our kids we're investing in, so.
Do we have a motion?
We do have a motion, yes.
Roll call vote, please.
I didn't have a motion.
Okay, so moved.
Oh,
Second.
I was going to take that, is it? And you're the second, Judy?
Do a second?
Okay.
roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Moving on, 8A, resolution appointing Robert Watkins of the firm Mont Watkins Associates LLC as floodplain administrator effective 1/1/23 through 12/31/23.
So moved?
Second.
Question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. How much is this
Now,
going to?
Yeah, how
involve?
much is it going to cost, because they crossed out the money here?
Mr. Watkins, how much is this going to cost us?
So, there's an application when someone submits to the town,
Right,
and that fee will be charged through that process. So the town, it's for an individual, whoever's requesting that certification.
so there would be
The
no
ta-
cost to the township,
No, it'll be the applicant, whoever submits.
so that's why it was crossed out,
That's correct.
okay.
And then if there's any other studies that may be asked by a committee, there's the general engineering fund that you've already voted on previous meeting, that if we need to, we'll put together a proposal of such.
All right, 'cause
Okay.
All right, no problem, because, you know, nothing's for free.
So if someone wanted to know whether their property was still in the floodplain, is that something knowledgeable? I mean, is that available to people free of charge?
That is, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything else?
Oh, good.
Have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Schenker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes,
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Resolution to appoint Christine Wilson as Human Resources Director at $62,000 a year annually, effective 2/13/2023. Employment contingent upon successful completion of employment physical and background check. There will be a $3,000 salary increase upon obtaining SHRM CP certification, must complete within 2 years of hire to retain employment. Is there a motion?
So moved?
Second?
Motion and a second.
question.
Go ahead.
No, on this one here, I don't know, I don't have no problems with it, but I had two questions. How many other people applied, and there's no, like, bio or nothing?
I had a bio in my department report for
Oh,
her.
hold on.
Yeah, that's pretty
It
big.
wasn't attached. I'm sorry. Because you did do a report. Hold on. You had so many reports, you know? All right, hold on. Well, while we're looking, can you just tell us how qualified she is?
Christine has a bachelor's degree from Richard Stockton College. She comes to us from the healthcare industry, where she was an operations manager, and she dealt with human resources between her prior and, she had 2 prior employments that she did human resources in, as well as operations management.
And how many people applied?
We interviewed 5.
5, but she came in,
She ranked 1.
she ranked number 1. Okay. And it's 62,000, but we also giving her health benefits.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. All right,
Any other questions or comment?
no.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
Oh, yes, and carried.
Resolution to authorize payment of sergeant salary rate to Officer James Jacoby for assignment of sergeant duties left vacant due to a sergeant being out on extended workers' comp, effective February 1st, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
Oh, yes, and carried.
Moving on to approvals. Minutes, regular meeting minutes of January 17th, 2023.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Roll, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those against? Ayes have it. Minutes, executive session meeting minutes of January 17th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
Oh, yes, and carried.
Bills, bill list total $4,922,708.99.
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
Question.
Question?
Just only got a couple. I asked this question, and I apologize to the Township Administrator for not making it here today to get this answer. Page 9. Atlantic Electric. I wanted to, I think I had that question. I answered it. Because I was questioning it was coming out the trust account, but it's because it's a fire suppression.
Those are for our pump stations.
Right.
That are various developments that don't have hydrants.
Okay. That was good. And,
Should have that here. Oh, here it is. What
Yeah.
was the number?
yeah, that was page 9. Page 12. I wanted to know, with the depository trust, the bond series, it says interest on bonds. Which bonds were they?
This was a $5 million bond from 2019 that we're paying interest on.
Okay.
Okay, the 5 million.
Yeah, 5 million. Okay,
Good?
I'm good.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mrs. Link?
Yes.
Mr. Shanker?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
Okay.
Reports, Mr. Administrator.
I just wanted to welcome Christine board and wish her good luck. Other than that, I have nothing to add to my written report.
Mr. Solicitor?
Yes, I'm pleased to report Lake Landing Country Club was previously delinquent on their taxes by about 5 quarters. That has been paid. They paid 1 quarter from 2021, 4 quarters for 2022, and even the first quarter of 2023. So we did receive a check for the larger lot of $136,163.32. And for the smaller lot, a check for $9,448.96, and that is now current.
And you could invest that, Cynthia, okay? Thank you. Actually, no, you can't. I have no idea if you're allowed to or not.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Engineer?
Just to add, next meeting, we'll be introducing a new stormwater ordinance for the town. It's per Pinelands Commission has sent us all their recommendations, and we have to add that into our stormwater ordinance. So that will be coming shortly. And just to add on, we are presently designing those 2 roads that you approved tonight for the proposals, and we will be aggressively submitting them for DOT approval, so we'll be ready to bid.
Excellent, thank you.
Welcome.
Committee members, Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes, I do have a report this time. I was very excited to attend the Sustainable Team meeting on January 26th. It was a very good meeting, very informative, and on May the 15th, I believe, they will be having Green Day at Oakcrest High School from 10 to 2 p.m. And they had a lot of information on the Township of Hamilton's website, so I really thought that that was really good. And you could go there and see all of the reports, so I was excited about that. And excited to meet the people that were on the team. I will be attending the webinar on Thursday, the training. And then on Saturday, I'm going up to Rutherford for a newly elected people. They're having a workshop. And that's going to be all day, so I will be attending that. And that is my report.
Very good. Mr. Shanker?
Thank you, Mayor. And I have much. I just really would like to encourage everybody to try and come out for this meeting on the 15th. Our redevelopment attorney, Emily Givens, will be here to give us a presentation to try and simplify something that's pretty complex, and also take questions on that you may have. I think it's important that, we hit the reset button on this and start getting everybody on the same page, and if we have to make adjustments to it, then that's what we have to do. But this is something that this township needs, and I think it's important that everybody understands it to the best of their ability. That's all I have, Mayor.
Ms. Link?
Well, I have been doing an extensive study since 2018 on everything that has transpired, and I'm still puzzled by why we designated the entirety of this township when 75% of it is highly restricted by the Pinelands Commission. I just think we did an overreach. We have done in the past selective redevelopment through the planning board, and I am looking forward to this meeting on the 15th to clarify some of the things that I have outlined in this extensive notebook that I have of everything that happened since 2018. There you go.
Thank you. Mr. Cheek?
Yes, last week, Aaron and I attended a Park and Event Advisory Board, AKA it was the county, and it was in regards to the bike path that would tie into the bike path we already have going up to Camden County because they're bringing their bike path down to the Atlantic County borderline. It included discussion about the railroad trestle, and they seem very, very interested in it and very positive that, as you know, we're working with a joint venture with the county, and everything went very well. And then on the main thing, I want everyone in this room to think what they did 5 years ago last Sunday. What you were wearing, what you ate, where you went, and go Eagles.
Very good. I also would like to welcome Christine Wilson aboard. I'm sure you'll do a good job. Looking forward to working with you. Thanks for coming aboard. Had a phone meeting with the APBA, the power boats, and they will be coming to the lake again weekend after Labor Day. Our first meeting will be the first Tuesday of next month. So just letting you know that, and letting you know that they'll be out looking for sponsorships once again. Had a very successful race last year, looking to build on that momentum from last year and into this year. Like Rich said, talking about the Super Bowl, I'm not an Eagles fan, but I would like to see all my friends that are Eagles fans be happy and have a smile on their face. But also remember that there's a rookie on the Kansas City Chiefs that's from Vineland, and he's their running back, number 10. I call him Pikachu because I don't really know how to say his last name. But he's very good, and he's a local boy, so you might want to cheer for him a little bit.
There's also a local boy from Camden. On
Yeah,
the Eagles.
that's Camden. Come
South
on,
Jersey.
man. That's not South Jersey. Anything above Atlantic City Expressway is North Jersey. So, and then
Color red?
no, blue. I don't like the Cowboys. And then just something to kind of keep in the back of your mind and think about. It looks like, unfortunately, Regal Cinemas may be closing. It looks like Bed Bath & Beyond may be closing. But then on the other hand, we have CarMax that's hopefully coming in. We have the Mod Wash property that hopefully is coming in. We're looking towards the Wheaton's property, some movements happening with that. But these places, they're not going to, they can't survive if you don't shop there. And I know, I've said this so many times, I've been up here for 3 years now. I think I say it probably every couple of months, I bring it up again. We have to shop local. We have to support not just our main streets, but we got, you have to support the big box stores too, or they're going to disappear. And we're going to be in deep, deep trouble. I don't say it's all because we don't go there. There's issues with some of these, with Regal. Maybe they didn't update their seats and stuff like that and make it as fancy as some of the other places. But still, it's close to home. I always went during the day, go during the day, have a great time. Just we got to support local. We have to, or else we're going to be in deep, deep trouble. And that's really all I have to say about that. Reagan, I'll see you soon. Maddie, miss you, love you. I hope to see you soon. So let's open it up to public comment. Jim.
Carl, what happened to Sarah Duffy?
She left.
Because I saw her Thursday afternoon and she was still there.
Sarah Duffy?
Yeah.
Was still here Thursday afternoon?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Around 6 p.m. because I had a board meeting.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe she was in here for something. I have no idea, Jim.
Yeah, she was in her office, right next to conference room A.
I got nothing. I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't here. I don't know. She doesn't work here any longer.
Well, wish her Christine luck. Where's she at?
She's in the back. I don't know if she wants to be known. I don't know, Jim.
And also, the football player, his last name is Pacheco.
Okay.
Isaac Pacheco.
Pacheco?
Yeah, out of Vineland.
Very good.
He's a good future in
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Turning a lot of heads.
Even though I'm
And
an
he was
Eagles
drafted
fan,
pretty far down.
even though I'm an Eagles fan and that they will win, I'm actually a New England Patriots fan.
Oh, come
Thanks for
on
coming, Jim.
now. See you later, Jim.
You had your time in the sun, time to relax.
Mac
Give
Jones-
somebody else a chance.
Next year, it'll be Mac Jones's turn.
We shall see. Thanks, Jim. Anybody else? Motion to close public comment? Oh, you know, come on, guys. you gotta be
Almost made
faster.
it.
I waited.
Hi, Miss Dix.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
600,000 green acres. Talking about another 1,000,004. Did we forget that in 2021, in the bond ordinance, there was 775,000 borrowed already for park improvements specifically at Leapy? So are we now talking almost $3 million? 775 plus 6 plus 1.4. That's, in the way I count, $2,775,000.
And like I said, this just gives us the opportunity to borrow that money. We don't have to take it if we don't want it, if we don't need it.
No, I
But I mean,
understand, but if we already borrowed the 775 and that interest rate, I don't know what it is, but I wouldn't think it was 2%. But that's before these rate hikes started clobbering us. And that's everybody who has credit cards, personal loans, HELOCs on their house. The interest rate has been shocking. I'm thankful mine's very small. That was the one comment I wanted to make. The other thing I'm going to ask, you've got extensive executive session, and so question number one is, on number 12A, redevelopment update, do you expect to take any action when you come out of executive session on any of the ones listed in A? I'm just looking for a yes or no.
we may take action on
You may
A
take
only.
action, okay. And B and C, any action on those?
No,
No, don't expect to take action?
don't expect to take action.
How long do you expect because it's imminent, how long do you expect to be in an executive session so everybody here knows how long they should expect to wait? They could go to
I would
Wawa
love for it to be
coffee.
15 minutes. I will move it along as quickly as possible.
Could be as short as 15 minutes?
I would say, no, it's not going to be as short as 15 minutes. I would say it'd be a half an hour.
Okay.
We'll start with that, but don't
That's-
hold me to that. I
No,
don't,
no,
I
no,
don't even know where to, I
fair.
don't know what
Carl,
to,
I
know.
I remember the 90s when we would sit for 1 to 2 hours in the lobby at the Davies School waiting for them to come out of executive session. So I just think in fairness to the people who attended this meeting, that's why I asked the question for them. Thank you.
Understood.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Mayor. You saying we're not going to take any action on B and C?
I don't believe we're going to be taking any action on B or C.
Oh. Okay, we're just talking about it.
We're just talking.
Okay.
I want to make a comment.
A motion to close public comment?
Motion.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Motion.
Hi, everybody. Jason Howell, Parks Preservation Alliance.
Never
I
mind.
just wanted to ask you to consider allowing the Trophy Park redevelopment MOU to expire. You know, I've had personal discussions with the acting executive director of the Finance Commission, and it's very clear that the proposal really isn't going anywhere at that level. So I think it would be prudent to save everybody here time and stress to just allow this to expire and see what else maybe can be done with the property, whether that's the approved zoning of RD5 or perhaps moving it into Green Acres acquisition.
Thank you.
Make a motion to close public portion.
Second.
Motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Closed public portion. We are now going to go into executive session. We may take action upon return. So I need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it.
Be it resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Hamilton that this meeting is adjourned to an executive session to discuss the following matters, which are exempt from public discussion pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law. Redevelopment update.
I have a feeling that we have a concert on that.
Session out of executive session?
Second. Well, so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have no word to say.
No action will be taken at this time with what was discussed in executive session. When the MOU with Trophy Park expires, it will not be renewed. Have a motion to close,
Adjourn.
to adjourn our meeting?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?